Good morning, folks. This is Jacob Folger, artist sculptor, and today we are going to make this dragon. It's going to be a full length, fully narrated, fully everything, all the details from a lump of air dry clay. This is Marblex I'm using. It's very easy to sculpt. It's really great stuff. I used it for years, and yeah, we're going to do it with that. A few simple tools, and it's going to be beautiful, and you're going to be able to make it when you're done watching this video. So if you could, just give the video a like, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you get a notification when I upload. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start by rolling a ball. Okay, like that. And maybe have like a little thing you can set it on to work on. And you press it in to the table to make it flat on the bottom. And just form it. And then take a little bit of clay and shape it into like a ball, and then roll it so it's kind of a ball like that, and then roll it. So I'll show you just a second. It's kind of hard to do it on camera because there's not a lot of room here, so I want to shape kind of like that, which will be the trunk of the body. And that will go on there like that. And so it's a little bit flatter on the bottom. Like that. Take a tool and we'll store it. It will help it join better to the stone. And then store the top of the stone as well. And then if you should try to have a mixing bottle like this and spray the parts. So there's water, and then just twist that on. And don't worry if it's rough, because we're gonna smooth everything out when we finish up. So now I'm gonna roll a ball like that, and then I'm gonna roll it into a long noodle. You have to do it off camera, but this is not rocket science, so you'll be able to see. I'm rolling a noodle, see? It helps to keep everything moist. So spray it with a bottle sprayer. So we have a noodle like that. Like that, okay. Now we're going to attach it over here, and this is going to be for the tail. So we want to store this really good. For the tail. Bite it. Put it on and blend it in. Like that. Now I want to kind of have a nice fluid movement with the tail. Maybe like kind of like that. You can press it in gently, and it helps definitely to have everything wet so the clay joins really well to the stone. Okay, so now we're going to take a little bit of clay like this, like a ball, roll a ball, and then roll it into a cone shape like that. And kind of flatten it on the bottom. And then you can take your fingers and squeeze, and what I'm trying to do right now is make a spade for the tail, to go on the end of the tail. You can kind of squeeze. You know, shaping it. I'm going to take my thumb like this and just kind of pull that off so it can go on the tail like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to store where it's going to go on the tail and also on the spade. And with that, and put it on, and then I'll kind of want it curving up and joining the tail there, so it looks kind of like that. And it's a nice artistic flowing form. Okay. Give everything a squirt. While we get a ball of clay, roll it into a noodle. Kind of like that. Smooth it out. And this is going to be for the neck. So it's going to go on here like this. So I'm going to take the tool and score here. And score here. Wet, wet. And put it on there and blend it in. And what I'll do is kind of hold my finger here like this and bring this back. And then kind of like that. You want to pay attention to both sides and blend that in. It helps to have a washcloth or something, a rag or something, to keep your hands clean of the clay, because it can gunk up your stuff, your hand, your work. Okay, I'm going to work on his face. I'm going to take my thumbs like this and just press in a little bit there. Will give me some indication of where the eyes are going to go. I'm going to take a ball tool and put an eye socket there. And I'm going to do that on the other side. Like that. Then we'll take a little ball of clay like this and put it in the eye socket. Like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull a little ball. A little smaller. It looks like that. Take a tool like this and put a little line in it like that for its pupil. Do the same thing on this side. Like that. Just trying to keep everything wet. It doesn't dry out on us. I'm going to take a little piece of clay, maybe a bit bigger, and just roll it into a noodle. And this is going to be for his eyelid. I'm going to put it over his eye. Like that. And blend it in. And blend it in on this side as well. Another noodle. Try to make it the same size as the other side. And blend it in. Come around the back and you can see better. You can use a ball tool like this to blend it in. Pull out a little bit to make his nose a little bit longer. I tend to make more friendly than mean dragons. And I've learned that the longer the nose, the meaner they look. It depends, I guess, on how you sculpt it, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little indentation here for his nostril. And on here as well. Just kind of where we're at now. Give us a squirt. I'll probably put this in his head kind of like that. Now, we're going to take a ball of clay like this and roll it into a kind of like a cone shape like this. And you can bend it like that. Maybe down this end here, kind of flatten it so you're shaping it like this. And that's going to be for his back leg. So we want to store this where it's going to go. Little foot. And join it on there. And screw it in. You can take this and kind of squeeze it up like that, and it gives it more of kind of a pointy knee. This adds a little bit of life to it. It looks kind of like that. And we'll do the same on the other side. The ball of clay, roll it into a cone shape, like that. Bend it. And decide where it's going to go, and then score it. Oops. Wet it. Bring up the knee. You can check, see how it's looking from, the back side. Look at it from all the way around. Now you can take a little bit of clay and form it into like a shape like this. And that's going to be his foot. It's going to be kind of hard to see with the tail there like that. But we'll go ahead and try to put it in there and then blend it in. And then you can, what I'd probably, in this case, I'd probably, for this dragon, I'll give him 3 toes. So I'll just roll cone shapes like this. We'll just lay them on there. When you're doing really small little things, if you wet both parts, it should be okay. So we'll just put that there. Roll another one. One more. I like that. We'll put that. And we'll do a foot on this side as well. More. Put it there. That. And then you can add the toes. Roll little noodles of clay. Put them on. Just adding toes. And take a paintbrush with a little bit of water and just smooth it out a little bit. Over this side as well. Okay, that's where we are. You take a tool like this and cut in there. It looks good, looks better, a little bit better that way. We're getting it. We'll start the front legs and a roll ball and a noodle like that. And kind of shape it like this. maybe have that turn it out so that'd be kind of like this foot right there, this part right there. Just kind of deciding where I want to go. You also can wet your tool, get wet, and then score. That saves you a step. I'll probably terminate that right about there. Just blend it into the stone. Make another one to the other side. Blend it in there. And then with these toes, there's a little bit more bloom here, you know. You can roll the toe like this, and then put a little bend in it. Looks like that. Like that. No. Put it on there. Remember to wet everything. Bend it like that. It takes a little patience, you know, to do this, but it's kind of fun, you know, I have to say. What I really like to do is relief dragons where you only do one side, because you can really get, for me it's just, I can do really good form with it. It tends to work out a lot better for me. got that going on. Okay, now we're going to add some scales. What I do is I'm going to put scales going from here all the way up like this. Up to here, like that. So we're going to be following that line. We'll keep everything nice and wet. You roll little noodles of clay like this and make them kind of pointy at one end. I start with the first one on the spade and then blend it in and kind of have it following the spade, the curve of the spade. Like that. And then you just keep going. Lay on there and blend it in like that. And on there, and you'll follow the curvature of the tail. Well, it looks like that. So keep going, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is where we're at. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of clay like this and roll it into a noodle. It's a lot easier to roll between the palms of my hands. So I'll make it like that. I'll make it a little longer. Looks like that. And then I'll fold it in half. Like that. And just gently kind of spiral it like that. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to wet both parts. And that's going to be kind of like a crown, so to speak. And then I'm just going to bring it back. And that will be the last scale. Kind of cool thing you can do. I'll blend it in. Like that. And yeah, so it's coming along. Another thing you can do is take a little bit of clay, roll roll it into a cone shape like this. Like this. And that will be an ear. I'll put that, wet everything. I'll just put it on there. You can kind of have it curving down. Blend it in. And then you can just sort of make a marking here like that. Give it a little bit of an ear hole there. And you can do that on the other side as well. Cone. I'm going to do this on my own. Okay, so we're going to make the wings now. We're going to roll 2 balls the same size, like that. And then we're going to roll them into a cone shape. Bear with me for a second. Like that. And then I'm going to squeeze them so that there's like this rib going along the top of the wing. Kind of like that. Decide where it's going to go, and I want to press it flat so it'll shape to the body, like that. Kind of like that. And then before you put it on, you want to make the other wing similar anyways. And keep in mind that the rib along the top is going to be on the other, going the other way. You want to make it, similar to the other wing. I have them here like this. Kind of like that. See, it's about right. Looks about right. Okay. We'll do this side first. I'm going to take the tool and score it really good. We're going to join the body. And put it right about here. Score it really good. And then you want to wet it, like both sides. And put it on like with a twisting motion, like that. We'll blend it in. and just have it, really kind of flowing. Like that. And you can take like a little bit of clay and you can, make it really smooth and blended nicely. What I'd like to do, because, wings just floating off into air like that, I do like to bring it back down to the body and make contact with the body somewhere. Like on the leg is fine. I'll score that and score the wing on that side. And then join the two parts like that. So it looks something like that. And then you can do the same on the other side. And for it, where it's going to go, right here. Pour it on the wing. Nice deep score. See how deep that is? Wet. And put it on. Blend it in. Might be a good idea to go ahead and add some clay there and just make it really a really good strong bond. I mean, you can, if you're not going to move your dragon anywhere, you can put his wings up any way you like, but, I do sell my dragons and my things I make, so, I don't want to have issues with shipping and things getting broken, since they're one-of-a-kind pieces, So, it is a bit of a problem if I have wings going every which way. But, if it's for you, and you're not going to do anything with it, then by all means. So then I like to look at it from all directions and see if everything is fairly consistent. I mean, they don't have to be symmetrical or anything, but, they don't have to be the same position. Actually you want them to be a little bit different because they are, you want wings are free flowing, I think. And then what you can do is once you've got it blended in there, and it's a solid bond to the leg, you can roll a little cone shape or whatever. And, maybe do a little flourish with it or whatever, just throwing that on there. And then maybe have it curve out like that. So it can kind of look like that. And you can take a sculpting tool and just carve in a line there to define it. See what I'm saying? So yeah. It's turning out pretty good though. It looks pretty good. And turn her head a little bit. So she's not like necessarily looking straight ahead, kind of turn her head a bit. I do recommend that you go around and look at her from all directions and make sure that there are no flat spots, because it's a dragon. I don't think, for me, I kind of like everything to be really smooth and flowing and that sort of thing. So I would recommend doing that. And then also, what's really fun sometimes is to put scales on the wings like you did the tail. So what I do is roll, a noodle like that with a point at the end, and you can apply it to the edge of the wing. And make sure you wet everything really good. So, and you can put them going up the tip of the wing. Just roll little noodles like this. And, have them go up the tip of the wing like that. When the dragon is finished, the way we finish, I'm going to finish it during this video, you'll see that these scales really look gorgeous, when they're finished and everything. So I do recommend it, for sure. So just apply them and run them up the wings. Okay, so we've got the scales on her wings, and she's basically finished, but she has to be smoothed out, and so we're going to work on that. And I'm going to show you what you have to do for that. And so it's best to have like a few different brushes, some kind of stiffer, and then one that's like really soft, like this one. And I recommend not having your brush really wet, because then you'll have drag. You'll have better drag, and you'll actually be able to smooth more effectively. Yeah. And the other thing is, especially when you're using a stiffer bristle brush, you should have a cloth to dab your brush off on. You want to drag the brush into the work like that. If you, I mean, at this point, the dragon's very rough, so that's not as important right this minute. But later on, when it starts getting really smooth, you don't want to go in like that because you put marks in it. You don't want to go like that. You want to drag it. But this dragon is going to require a lot of smoothing. So, and the smoothing actually will help with the integrity of the sculpture. Because you're kind of using it to blend and that sort of thing. And it will help everything bond better to everything. So just take your time and do a really good job. Just smooth it really nicely, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I got done with the smoothing, and now I'm going to put her in the oven on a warm setting for roughly maybe a half hour to 45 minutes to dry the surface of the clay. I don't recommend doing that for long times. I recommend, just doing it for a short time to dry the surface so you can put a finish on it. And that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm back with the dragon, and she's pretty much dry to the touch. So we're gonna get ready to do the finish here. And I'm working with Bengamin Moore acrylic paint, which I really like because it adheres really nicely to the clay and gets really good coverage. So the base coat is black, and so what we want to do is work the paint into all the detail of the piece and paint it 2 coats. And you kind of have to look at it from all directions when you're painting, so you don't miss any spots. And then we'll come back when I've got 2 coats on her. Okay, we're back, and my dragon is black, and we're going to be using Johnson's Paste Wax and Pearl Ex Pigments in Antique Bronze and Duo Red Blue. And so, the way to do this is get a little wax on your brush, and you can dab it a little bit like that on a table or a cloth or something like that. And then you want to pick up some of your color like that, which is Duo Red Blue, and you can dab that on the table, and then start to brush it on. And this particular color looks like it's pink. It is pink, looks pink, and it goes on blue with pink bits in it. It's a very kind of a magical color. And then sometimes it looks purple, and so it's pretty neat. So I'm gonna do her scales and her spade and her eyes in bronze. And the rock that she's sitting on, or the sculpted rock. So every time you go into the wax, you want to dab it a little bit, pick up the color, dab that a little bit, and apply it. Very pretty. I usually do my dragons in Reflex Violet, but I ran out and I ordered some and it's just taking forever to get here. So let me finish the blue up and I'll come back. Okay, now I'm going to get some wax and go into my antique bronze and do the same thing. Get a little wax, dab it, and then get the bronze, dab that, and apply it. And so I'm going to show you how I do the scales. I put my finger into the wax, get some on my finger, swirl it with my thumb, dip it in the bronze like that, swirl that with my thumb, and apply it. It's really pretty. I mean, I don't know if the video comes up and shows it, but it's really quite gorgeous. I'm going to take a little brush, it's a little small brush, and do the eye. So you can see how I'm doing that. Every time I go into the wax and the bronze, I run my thumb over it, subdue it. Bronze on the eye. Let me finish it up and I'll come back. Okay, so then when I've got, the bronze done most of it, I like to take a little wax on my finger, a little bronze, swirl it, and I like to go around and accent certain parts of it, around the nose, you know, touch the blue part a little bit, you know, just here and there, because it just makes it shimmer. Just sort of touch it here and there. Yeah, so something like that. And then what I recommend doing is taking your brush, get a little wax on it, and go around and just put the wax on the entire sculpture again. And it would just, it dries very hard, or it gets very hard when it cures. And it's a very durable finish. Some people ask me, should I seal it? And I usually, I tell people no. It's a very hardy finish. Sculptures I did many years ago are, you know, still look the same, other than being a little bit dusty. So yeah, but so just go around and just do the whole sculpture with the wax. And yeah, the final part of the finish is to take a soft cloth and gently just buff it, or not really buff it, but just rub it with the cloth, and it will, the wax is, you know, it's paste wax, so it takes on a beautiful sheen, and the colors just really pop when you do this. I mean, it makes it just amazing. It might be kind of hard to see on the video what it really looks like, but it's really quite beautiful when you do this with the cloth. It really makes the bronze and all that just come out, and it looks so, so gorgeous. Okay, here she is. Really turned out pretty nice. Gonna do some close-up shots of her, so you can have a really close-up look at her, and we'll do that now. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you for coming along, and I hope you got lots out of this. A couple things I'd like to say. Someone recently sent me a picture of a dragon she made from one of my tutorials. And if you're watching now, I'm not going to say your name. You said you were afraid to finish it, and I invite you to try this because I think you'll be so happy that you did. The finish is really very easy to do, and it will just look beautiful. So please try that. And so if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel for lots of tutorials like this coming up and all kinds of fun things. And give the video a like, leave me a comment or question, and I will reply. And that's about it. Share it with your friends and family and on your favorite social media platform. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, hit the bell icon when you subscribe so you get notifications when I upload. And I'll be bringing much more like this to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.